Welcome, everyone. You're listening to Frostbytes, the gaming podcast. I am Cassie, and this is my co-host Spencer,
Hiya.
and this is our very first episode.
Oh my goodness.
So cool.
We're here.
We're live on Twitch right now.
We're live on Twitch right now.
And yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Nice.
Yeah. I watched the direct this morning and excited to talk about it. How are you doing?
Good. It's been a busy month, but nice to get some new stuff from Nintendo today.
And they already had, I felt like we just saw a direct, right? Like the other day,
yeah, the Super Mario Wonder one.
But even the one before that where they announced Wonder and Mario RPG.
That wasn't even that long
Exactly.
ago.
So I was surprised to see that they had another one ready to go.
Totally.
And not just with filler, actual substantial
stuff.
Yeah. So.
Actual stuff.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess just to start off, give me a little bit of some of your gaming background, like what you're doing right now. What kind of stuff are you playing right now, and what you're kind of into, just for the people that are just getting to know us.
Yeah. So Pokemon is my main hobby, just in general, I would say. The Generation 3 games on Game Boy are my favorites. I think like Pokemon Emerald is my favorite game of all time.
Good game.
It's my desert island game. I could play that game forever.
Right.
If you took away the rest of the video games,
yeah,
I would be set with that one.
Good choice.
Otherwise, I do play a lot of digital card games. So Legends of Runeterra, Marvel Snap lately. The Pokemon trading card game was the I don't know, intro into digital card games for me, I guess. So yeah. And I don't really have any other consoles besides Nintendo consoles.
Cool.
I just have Switch, all the previous
ones.
Nintendo ones, and then I have a PC.
Nice.
So
Sweet.
do some stuff on there. But yeah, and I'm also streaming on Twitch at capreo _ and doing a lot of Pokemon content. There.
That's awesome. Anyone that's watching this stream live, if you type !capreo in the chat, then
you made me a command.
Be a link. Yeah.
Aww.
I made you a command.
You made me a command.
So you can go follow Spencer. Great streamer, great person. So that's awesome.
Thanks, Cass.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So what have you been playing lately, and what's your bag?
So I finally finished the main story in Tears of the Kingdom. It took me forever. I've been on the road a lot, touring and busy with work and stuff, and just didn't really have the time to dive as deep into it as I wanted to. I still have probably 120 hours in the game or something. But finally finished the main story. There's still a bit of stuff I want to do. And haven't really picked anything up since then, besides a couple Fortnite games here and there, and I want to get back into the Spider-Man games before the Spider-Man 2 comes out. That's kind of my goal, and I'm hoping to play the Pokemon DLC now that it's out.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that later as well.
Yeah,
but
give me your first thoughts on it.
Yeah. So what would you say your big three are?
For games that I play in general?
Yeah.
Fortnite, Zelda, and Spider-Man probably
cool.
are the big three. And then Pokemon is a close fourth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's taken a little bit of back burner lately, but...
Yeah, but Zelda's been a priority.
It's been a priority since April, pretty much. Since I was prepping for it to come out. And...
Because you played Breath of the Wild right before...
I did. Yeah, I played Breath of the Wild right before Tears of the Kingdom came out. I defeated Ganon the day before Tears of the Kingdom came out, pretty much. Which was cool, because I started my playthrough with that 2018, 2019, whenever I first got my Switch. And then kind of dropped it and didn't pick it up again because Sword and Shield came out, and I was really focused on that. And then, I was like, oh, I should probably finish this game, and then fell in love with it. I grew up playing Zelda games and loved, Twilight Princess is my favorite Zelda game ever. And yeah, so it was nice to get back into that. It's kind of nostalgic, but also like such a cool new adventure. So yeah, I loved it.
Did you think, speaking of Twilight Princess, did you think we were going to maybe see that in the direct
I've been
today?
waiting for that for the last like 4 directs. To have the Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD from the Wii U get ported over to the Switch.
They're one of the last remaining games from the Wii U that they haven't ported yet.
They haven't ported yet.
And they've been rumored for, it feels like a year at least, that they're like, it's like, oh, next direct, they're coming.
And they just said that there's not going to be Tears of the Kingdom DLC. So it's like...
Oh, at all?
Apparently.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Like, I guess... I don't know if it was Aonuma that said that, but somebody that works with the Zelda was just like, no, we explored everything we need to
within the game itself.
Within the game.
Okay.
And they're like, maybe if there's something else.
Yeah.
I'm like, it'd be really cool to see like it as a trilogy.
Right.
But they've never done that before.
Right.
They've always had like a sequel.
Yeah.
Or not always, but a lot of the times we'll have a sequel.
Yep.
But haven't really had a trilogy. But it would be cool if like each game kind of focused on a different piece of the Triforce.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like Breath of the Wild was kind of focused on wisdom, technically, and like is represented. This is a little weird Zelda lore deep stuff.
Get into it.
Wisdom was represented with the Sheikah and how everything was like blue. Like that's often the color that wisdom is represented by.
Okay.
And then Tears of the Kingdom with the Zonai, everything was green. So that's kind of courage. And then power would be like red. It'd be cool if it was like a darker story. Maybe.
And Link could fly.
Yes. Ganondorf comes back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd just be like, it'd be cool to see because I do love that world. And I understand if they're like, we already did as, I mean, there's the like 3 different layers of world that there is to explore now, but it'd be kind of cool to see more in it.
Yeah.
I just love the story.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say, you know, even if they're saying there may not be any DLC for Tears of the Kingdom now, the booster course for Mario Kart 8 came out 8 years after Mario Kart 8 came out. Like initially on the Wii U, right?
Oh yeah,
you know,
I didn't even think about
so
that.
like, there's always hope. You know, that's like
fair.
Not that, I don't know. I mean, they're probably going to move on to a new system at some point, maybe next year. There will be. I'm probably not going to get into that today, but
I was going to say that is another thing we could talk about today.
Yeah, it's like the rumors about the Switch 2 or whatever.
Switch 2.
But I mean, maybe next time.
Yeah. I'll just say I was disappointed that we didn't hear anything today
in the direct as well. Okay, so going into the direct today, what like you were expecting? Wind Waker
and Twilight Princess would have been nice.
Yeah.
I mostly I expected an update on like Mario RPG.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And we did get an update on the Princess Peach game.
Yep.
Stoked about that.
Yep. They actually showed what that game is.
Yeah, actually, instead of it being very vague, like, oh, Princess Peach game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. I was like, be cool to see Zelda ports and a new console announcement to be like released in March or something. But
yeah.
Now it's looking like maybe next winter.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts now.
Yeah. I was thinking, well, I didn't know that they weren't thinking about doing any DLC for Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
So I was thinking they might tease some Tears of the Kingdom DLC, but obviously no. And what else? Oh, this was the first direct in like a year that didn't have any farming game or farming simulator or Stardew Valley-esque, Harvest Moon-esque thing in so long. Not that there wasn't...
Well, that's because the last like 10 directs have almost exclusively been...
They've had... God, there was one where it was just like a segment, I swear, of just farming games. It was unreal. Or like every 15 minutes, there was like a new one that they had to announce.
Yeah.
Not that there wasn't any farming in this direct. Some games had some elements, but there wasn't at least a dedicated farming game in this direct. So that's a plus for this direct, is that we're finally kind of moving away from that fad.
Yeah.
I think the latest farming game to kind of like be noteworthy, that kind of stands out from that crowd is Fae Farm.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fae Farm seems to be like, I haven't played it, but it seems like it's
the one that like has
nice.
piqued my interest. Like the rest of them have just kind of washed over me.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Fae Farm has been the first one where like I think I would actually check that out.
Yeah. I agree.
But and then I've really obviously like Metroid Prime 4 would love to see something for that.
Actually I was kind of hoping we were gonna see something from that too.
And then but nothing, unfortunately. And I, for like every direct for the past little while, have been secretly kind of hoping for anything F-Zero related. So imagine my surprise when they open with NES F-Zero.
Yep.
Right?
Did
on
you
its
think
own.
it was going to be a new F-Zero game?
I thought they were.
I thought that too.
They were just going to like, because they've kind of done that before where they've showed like where the game was.
And then transitioned
into like what it could be now.
Yeah.
And then it was another 99 Battle Royale game, similar to Tetris 99.
Have you played any of those?
Oh yeah, I've played Tetris.
Okay.
I played Mario 35 was really fun actually, and I can't believe they discontinued it for no
yeah, that was
good
just
reason.
like the 35th anniversary thing, right?
Yeah, and it was we would play through. You play through the worlds of, or you play through the levels of World 1 of Super Mario Bros. For NES with 34 other people running through the level with you. Last one standing wins. And it was so good and so fun. And like they got rid of it for no discernible reason. And then after they got rid of that, they did Pac-Man 99, which was a Pac-Man Battle Royale.
Yeah.
And these are also like Switch Online games. So you have to be a member of Switch Online in order to play them.
Right.
So this F-Zero 99 now, it is available today, like as of the time that we're recording this. We're recording this the day that the direct happened. Like it happened this afternoon.
Yeah. So whatever the day is, September 14th.
Yeah. So they said like F-Zero 99 available later today. So it's probably out now by the time that we're talking. So I do want to play it, but like, God, if it wasn't such a bait, such a bait and switch to show original F-Zero.
Yeah. And then
it'd be like,
it's F-Zero
99. I was like, you got it. Kidding me, because my ultimate hope is like F-Zero GX, which was the GameCube game.
Okay.
I just want them. And since there's another GameCube game that they have decided to remake, I have.
That's our first GameCube port, isn't it? Or am I incorrect in that?
I need to think about that one, but it's one of very few.
It's one of very few because I know we like with the Nintendo Switch Online, we have NES, SNES, N64. And Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, but we haven't seen any GameCube games to my knowledge.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any that I'm forgetting. I mean, they did a remake of Kirby, but that was a Wii game. Yeah, I'll think about that. But yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so Thousand Year Door being the big. They saved that one for the very end of the direct. I
think that was a great announcement because Thousand Year Door is like the best Paper Mario.
So have you played it?
I haven't played it, but I've been told that it's the best Paper Mario.
So because I'll go looking for it to get a GameCube copy, right? Like on local marketplace or whatever. It's always $100+.
Yes.
So this will be a great, same thing with Mario RPG. I'm glad that they are remaking that and putting it out. I'm just like making these games more accessible.
Exactly.
Is so huge.
So huge.
You know? Yeah. And I don't know that it'll drastically affect the resale price of the original games, but at least like for, and like not everyone has the original hardware.
No, exactly.
Either. So yeah, just making these games more accessible.
Yeah, it just means more people get to play these games, and like younger kids who weren't even alive when the GameCube was out will get to experience these kind of things.
That's weird to think about,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I think I'm very excited for Thousand Year Door to play it for the first time, and I watched a couple of reactions of people who are like super fans of the game, and they're like. They're so stoked. So I'm happy for them.
Did you play the I don't remember what it was called, the Paper Mario that came out for the Switch, like the
Origami King?
Yes.
No.
Neither did I.
But I
heard it was kind of mid.
The look of Thousand Year Door is like the presentation of Origami King, but even more enhanced. So yeah, the game looks great. So I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that because I didn't get to play it growing up, so I'm excited to finally get a chance.
Yeah. And all they said release date wise for Thousand Year Door is just 2024.
So it could be anywhere.
It could be holiday 2024 for all we know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hopefully before that.
Hopefully.
Because I think the latest date that they gave was Luigi's Mansion 2.
Yep. Summer 2024 for that one.
Which I'm also excited for that. Because that was originally a DS game.
3DS, yeah.
3DS.
Yep.
I never played any of the Luigi's Mansion games.
Okay.
But
have you played 3?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I want to now.
Yeah.
I was just like, whatever when it came out because I was probably focused on Pokemon still or something.
So many games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, you know what? It'd actually be cool to play those. And the only weird thing is that I was actually talking about this with a friend earlier that they're porting the second one onto the Switch before the first one.
Mm-hmm. That is interesting. I mean, maybe because they ported the first one to 3DS, and I don't know, maybe for some reason they think, well, we've already ported that one.
Yeah.
So
maybe that's why they're not doing Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Because they've already put them on Wii U, maybe. Because a lot of the games that they have brought or ported from Wii U to Switch were like new for Wii U, original for Wii U, exactly. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I feel like they would sell so well on Switch.
I agree.
Right? The Switch has like 20 times the people than Wii U, right?
But also like I don't know, I guess still about with Zelda, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are on N64 Online.
Yeah.
Where they were also ported to 3DS.
They were. Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
There's possibility that maybe they'll do something like that again.
Yeah. I think it's an eventuality. Mm-hmm. It's just I think they're kind of saving Wind Waker and Twilight Princess for like a drought.
Yeah, I guess there is still a lot coming out in the next little bit for Nintendo.
It's like they don't really need them to come out because they have so many other big titles. Not like no shade to like WarioWare or even
I love WarioWare.
Even Kirby. I know, but like they're not like system sellers. They're not really gonna like.
But 1,000 Year Door might convince people to buy a Switch if they didn't already have one.
Yeah.
But also I feel like if you're a fan of 1,000 Year Door, you probably already have a Switch.
Yeah. It's just I wonder like if I wonder how many like people who don't even know what 1,000 Year Door or aren't even really super familiar with Paper Mario are going to see 1,000 Year Door and get it.
That's fair.
Yeah. But the interesting thing about Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, that's the new title. Because the original title on 3DS was Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
Yeah.
They've removed the Dark Moon subtitle for some reason.
Yeah, I'm interested to figure out why they decided to do that.
It might just be like simplicity.
Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Like everyone knew that it's, remaking Dark Moon.
Maybe.
It's just strange that they decided to do that.
Maybe if you're not like paying attention, like you and I pay attention to this whole thing, right? Maybe for like the general public who doesn't super pay attention, like maybe they saw Luigi's Mansion 3 and then if they saw Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon, I don't know, I'm probably thinking about it too much.
I don't know.
But I just found it peculiar that they removed the subtitle.
It. Yeah, I agree. Because I don't even think the original Dark Moon game had Luigi's Mansion 2. I think it was just Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
I think you're right. Yeah. I don't totally remember, but I think you're right.
Something like that.
Yeah. I feel like I'm having a Mandela effect where like you've seen The Office?
Yeah.
There's a whole thing where like, did Stanley have a mustache? Yes or no? Right? Did Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon have the number 2 or not in the title? Who's to say? Can't remember.
Who's to say?
What else from the Direct today were you
I was really excited about the new Princess Peach game.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, like last time we just heard there was a Princess Peach game. We didn't know what it was called, when it was coming out, anything.
Yeah, they just kind of teased. She was like on a stage.
Yeah. Yeah. And so like there's some things that I'm like, that's a little weird. But for the most part, I mean, we have a title. The title is Princess Peach Showtime. Mm-hmm. Not the best title, but it exists. Uh-huh. But the game looks pretty good. Like it looks like it'll be fun. Uh-huh. Like I love the outfit changes and how that gives her different abilities. I'm interested to see like how much of it is like 2D platforming kind of stuff versus just like a mini games. Like it kind of looked mini game like in a way.
Yeah, it looked like they, depending on, I guess, the scene, literally the scene that Peach is in and her outfit change, that changes the style of gameplay.
Yeah.
So it looks like in the very beginning, she looks like a fencer, and you're doing the 2D side scrolling, or almost like 2.5.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, side scrolling with like sword combat, I guess.
Which is super cool to see Peach doing that.
Yeah, it's cool that they're giving Peach more of an identity.
Yeah.
And yeah, just more, I don't know, more to work with. Like imagine the thing that I'm excited about with all of these new ideas with Nintendo characters is the next Smash Brothers game.
Oh yeah.
There's going to be so many like differences with the characters. That's like way in the future. And like,
yeah, that's probably like,
but that's super fun to like speculate about, right? It's like, oh, this new Peach from Princess Peach Showtime is going to like probably be able to like have a whole bunch of cool new moves in the next Smash game.
That's true. That's really true. I used to play the original Princess Peach game that was on the DS.
Oh yeah.
Like the first like Peach's own game.
Yeah.
And had so much fun playing that growing up. So it was really cool to just see like that there's another Peach game and that they're kind of giving her the spotlight again.
Because that's the only one that they've ever given her.
They've only had that one game. And it was awesome. It was basically just like playing Super Mario, but it was Peach.
Yeah.
And like you could use an umbrella to like glide and
but it was still like a 2D platformer.
Yeah, still 2D platform.
Yeah, where Showtime, much more of its own thing.
Yeah, it definitely has a bunch of different, it has some different elements to it besides your classic like side scroller kind of thing. So pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I wonder how long of a game it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing that too. Especially where, like, I don't know, a lot of the side characters that aren't Mario seem to have shorter games, like WarioWare, then whatever, Get It Together.
Yep.
That one was really short. Like, I think I finished it in like 2 hours, 3 hours maybe.
Yeah. And that game has the benefit of being a multiplayer game, like a party game. And so you'll get more value out of it by playing with friends.
Yeah.
But this Peach game, if it's like $80, $90, and it's like 4 or 5 hours. I got a sense just from the levels that they showed in the Direct today that maybe every stage, literally stage, might not be very beefy, but we'll see.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully the price will reflect whatever the content is.
Yeah.
But it looks good.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because sometimes they will price, for us in Canada, they'll price some of their shorter games, like WarioWare, for example, I think was 65. So it'll be interesting to see if this Peach game is 80 or 65.
Yeah.
But hopefully not 90.
Hopefully
like
not.
Tears of the Kingdom.
I don't think it'll be 90. Yeah. I think that's like Tears of the Kingdom is one of the few that
it kind of earns that price.
It's so much a game. And a lot of it comes down to that game was like 18 gigabytes or something, and which means that they have to put it on the 32 gigabyte card instead of the 16 gigabyte card.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And I think that's what
that
makes
also
the price difference.
So you think if they didn't have to upgrade the card that it was on, that they wouldn't have made it 90? Or do you think they would have kept it at 90 for the amount of amount of game there
I
is?
don't think. I mean, I guess I don't really know, but I would hope that that's why they raised the price. But maybe not. Maybe it's a combination.
Yeah.
Things.
Yeah. So other Nintendo games in the Direct today. They're bringing Mario and Donkey Kong back.
Yeah, I've never played that.
To the Switch. They are pretty, I would say, pretty simple puzzle games. Where you just
seems childish.
Yeah. Not necessarily in a bad way. Like they're
made for a younger
audience for sure. But even like if you're just looking for just not like a puzzle game that isn't so taxing.
Which, you know what, I like those games.
Yeah, it's just
I'm
like
probably gonna pick it up.
It's a chill puzzle game.
It's probably gonna be like, I feel like that one's gonna be like $50.
Yeah, probably in and around that range for sure. But yeah, that's interesting that they're bringing Mario and Donkey Kong back. Because that one, especially with the eShop dying, like that had a digital only entry in the series just on the eShop.
Was that a DS game originally?
Like a DSi. They had one that was like amiibo focused.
Okay.
So you would scan in your amiibo, and then that character would show up and be a mini in Mario versus Donkey Kong. So
cool.
Yeah, but yeah, it's puzzle platforming. Similar vibes, honestly, to like Captain Toad.
Yeah,
not like
I haven't played that either, actually, but it looks cute.
Yeah, that's another just like super chill.
Yeah,
the Captain Toad is such a charming little game, actually.
Yeah.
And he's such like a...
I love Toad. I should pick that up at some point. There's a lot of like little games that I'm like, I don't think I want to buy this new, but like if I found it used for a good price, then I'd probably pick up like Captain Toad and like Yoshi's Craft World and whatever. Like those are ones that I'm like, yeah. Or like Link's Awakening, the remake for Link's Awakening. I haven't played that yet, but
oh really? Good. But you put Link's Awakening in the same like category?
No, I guess not. Okay. I guess not.
That feels more. That feels like a beefier game to me.
Totally. Yeah. No, I agree. But I guess it's still has that like cartoony kind of like
the presentation.
Yeah,
totally.
Presentation wise.
Yep. I have a.
You have a list.
I do have a list of. There's a lot of games today, so I can just go through the list really quick because I think we hit most of the big ones. Okay, I'll just go down the list. So first and foremost, F-Zero 99 is out right now. We mentioned that already.
Yep.
At the very end of the direct, they kind of had like a recap of everything that's coming out that they've announced, which was honestly appreciative for our purposes.
Yep.
So Pikmin 1 and 2 physical releases.
Yes, that's out now.
Both 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 are available on the eShop, but the physical release is coming out September 22nd. Yeah.
So that's next week.
Yeah. So I don't know if you got 4.
I didn't.
Yeah.
But it looks cute.
Yeah. A buddy of mine who's a huge Pikmin fan, he just said 4 is the best of all of them. He was like 2 still my favorite for nostalgia, but 4 is like
the best.
4 is the best. So I don't think I don't think you necessarily need to start with 1, 2, or 3 before you play 4.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a pretty low like barrier to enter. You know, and like seems like you could get into the game really easily.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
Ochi's so cute.
So
and he's yellow.
He's yellow.
And then Detective Pikachu 2 comes out October 6th.
Right. Are you going to play that? What are your thoughts on that game?
So, have you seen Detective Pikachu the movie?
Yes, I loved it.
Yeah. The movie is great.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds Pikachu. Very funny.
Yeah.
So the first game came out on 3DS. I own it. I haven't played it because I just I don't want to say I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Because that feels very harsh towards this game.
Right.
Because maybe it's fun and I'm just I don't know, like I don't know, maybe I'm judging a book by its cover with this game. But I just can't. I just don't want to. I have zero interest to even start it.
Same.
So for this one, because of my unfortunate affliction, I have to buy it because Pokemon's in the title.
Of course.
Which feels bad. But I think just to give it the old college try, and I own the first one on 3DS.
Okay.
I am going to play it just to have an opinion of it. Because I honestly my only opinion of it now is like this unfortunate, like crotchety old man perspective of like, that's not my Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which is dumb. I should play it and then form an opinion.
Yeah.
So at first glance, Detective Pikachu 2 looks like up-resed 3DS Detective Pikachu. Presentation wise, they haven't like art direction, presentation, they haven't really changed much.
Yeah.
With 2. So like really just looks like more of the same. And if you enjoyed Detective Pikachu 1, this is probably going to be up your alley. I feel like it's going to have like pretty minor puzzle solving for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't really have much to say, unfortunately, about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably not going to pick it up.
Yeah. I'll pick it up and play it for you.
Let me know. Yeah.
And then Yeah.
It just doesn't seem. I would love to watch the movie again. I'd love for there to be a Detective Pikachu 2 movie,
Right.
but I don't think the game's for me.
Yeah. If you've seen the movie and you're thinking about getting this game, just know that they are
Different.
They are different.
So different.
So different.
It is not Ryan Reynolds being Pikachu.
No.
It's a weird voice being Pikachu.
So that one's out October the 6th. And then Mario Bros. Wonder is
I'm
out
so excited for
on
that.
the 20th. Yeah. It looks really good.
It looks really good. It's the same day Spider-Man comes out, which is rough. I'm also playing a show in Ottawa that day, so I'm not going to be around.
Right. But so between the two of them, I think I know the answer, but which are you going to play?
Oh, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man first. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mario Bros. Wonder, I mean, that game, they didn't really show it in this direct much at all.
No, because they gave it its own direct.
It had its own direct, exactly, where they really went in depth with a whole bunch of the new ideas and systems that they have for that game.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
It looks really good.
It's like the breath of fresh air that 2D Mario has been needing for a long, long time.
It also looks slightly overstimulating, but we'll
really?
see how it goes. Like, there's a lot going on at
just
once.
with like the amount of effects and stuff.
Yeah, just a lot of stuff. It caters to our society currently and everyone's attention span.
You mean like having an episode of Family Guy and Subway Surfer underneath and that whole thing?
Totally.
Yeah. I guess one thing of note with this game is Mario has a new voice actor.
Yeah, which I'm surprised they didn't officially announce in the direct for it.
Right. They tweeted it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
just
I
kind
missed
of
that.
Haphazard.
Who is it?
Oh, sorry. They didn't tweet who the new voice is. They just tweeted that Charles Martinet is retiring from voicing Mario.
Yes, I did see that, and they did mention that in the direct. But they didn't say who the new voice actor is.
Right. Yeah, but that's a secret. They're keeping that a secret,
I guess.
It's Miyamoto. It's Chris Pratt.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, is it Chris Pratt? Have they just been like, Chris Pratt, you're now Mario?
Yeah. No, I don't think they would. I think they got for that one, maybe.
Oh gosh. Maybe.
Although Chris Pratt was great in the Lego movie.
In the Lego movie?
Yeah.
I don't think I saw the Lego movie.
Oh, it was very good. Big recommend.
Was he the main?
He was the main
character?
guy. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, that's Mario Bros. Wonder. Yeah, a lot of cool new ideas in that one.
Yeah, it seems like a great game. I'm excited to play it when I'm not playing Spider-Man.
Right. Then, so WarioWare Move It.
That looks hilarious.
Yeah, and they're bringing back motion controls.
Yeah,
with it.
I was actually watching a video from Beat 'em Ups today talking about how in the entire life cycle of the Switch, there's only been 9 games with like motion as the forefront.
As like the focus.
As the focus in it. And they announced 2 today.
Oh, was the other one Trombone Champ?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that. But
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you'd get Move It?
I'm thinking about it.
You're thinking about it?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It might be like a fun party game.
Yeah. I always think that. And then I remember, oh yeah, I don't host parties.
Right.
I don't really have people over
Fair enough.
to play all these party games.
I do sometimes.
Yeah. So that's the thing is if you do and like you have the space for it, like I have a very small apartment.
Right.
And so might not be the game for me, but you know, it looks very charming.
I'll like sit up here with some homies and play Super Mario Party or Mario Kart or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes some Smash.
But Move It especially because it's got the motion thing. Like you might need some.
Yes, you need the space. Totally. Yeah.
But yeah, it looks interesting. One thing that they showed with Move It today that they didn't show previously is like 4-player multiplayer, like micro games where you're each doing your own thing on your own corner of the screen, competing against each other, but like as the last one standing. So you're still basically doing the micro games on your own to see how long you can last.
Totally.
With the added, I don't know, competitiveness maybe of like seeing how your friends are doing.
It gave me very like Mario Party vibes.
Totally.
For sure.
Yeah.
Which I was like, nice.
Yeah.
I love Mario Party mini games.
Yeah. There's so many party games on the Switch.
There's a lot.
There's already so many party games and they keep coming out with more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, again, WarioWare Move It, November 3rd. And then Mario RPG on November 17th.
I'm excited for that one.
Have you played the original?
I have not.
No, me neither.
But I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
I have it pre-ordered, ready
Nice.
to go.
Me too.
Yep.
Yeah. I almost didn't want to watch any of the footage for the game today because I didn't want to be spoiled.
Didn't want to
for
spoil
too
it?
much. Yeah.
I think they did a good job, not like spoiling too much,
Mhm.
but just being like, here's more of
Yeah.
what's going to
So
happen.
you can
And
expect.
it looks great. It looks
does.
really good.
Yeah. I like that they kind of kept the original style and
Mhm.
charm.
Yeah.
But just kind of up-resed it
Yeah.
for this one. So excited to play that one for the first time.
Mhm.
Okay. The final wave of Mario Kart 8
Yeah.
is coming this holiday.
It's crazy that we're already at the final wave because
Uh-huh.
I remember it just getting released.
Right. Like, yeah,
Like them just
they announced it
announcing
and they
it.
were like, the last wave of this entire thing is going to come holiday 2023.
And now here we are.
we're there, yeah.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. And then, like, what's going to happen with Mario Kart after? Mario Kart 9?
9 maybe. I mean, this I think was a good idea to make Mario Kart 8 last for the duration of the Switch's life
Mhm.
as like the main console. And then I think Mario Kart 9,
Will come out on the new console.
yeah, it might
Yeah.
even be like a launch title
I
or
agree.
within year one.
I think that's probably
next
what's going to
system.
happen too. I mean, like, you know, Mario Kart has always been a game that's been replayable. It's not like, of course, you know, after a certain while, if you're playing by yourself, then maybe you'll get tired of a lot of the courses. But this is definitely a way that they were able to keep some more, you know, activity in the game.
Absolutely.
And then also, like, it's a great party game too.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think it was nice to have all these extra courses, and some of my favorite courses have come from it. Like, my big Mario Kart game was the Wii one.
Mhm.
That was
Me too.
me and my sister played that all the time.
Mhm.
And so to see a bunch of the Wii courses coming back, I'm just
Mhm.
like so excited.
Yeah. And so they one of the courses that they teased from, they only show one course today of the 8 courses that are coming, but they showed
Right. They
Daisy
showed
Circuit,
Daisy Circuit. Yeah.
which is a wicked course from the
So
Wii.
good. Yeah.
But they did show all of the new characters
yes, new characters
that are coming. You want to list them because a couple of them are from the Wii.
Yes. So there was, well, Diddy Kong,
Yeah.
which was from Double Dash.
Initially Double Dash. you're
Initially
right.
Double Dash.
Yeah.
And then who else was there? I know there's 2 from Mario Kart Tour.
Uh-huh. So
which
those
was
were Pauline,
Pauline
and
and
then
Peachette.
Peachette, which is like Peach with like a mushroom crown.
Peach kind of like a Toadette kind of combo.
Yeah.
And then what was the
Oh,
it was Funky Kong.
Yeah, the big one.
Funky Kong.
Funky Kong's finally back.
Yes.
I've been waiting for Funky Kong to come back to Mario Kart since Wii,
Yeah.
because he was only ever in Wii.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't in Mario Kart 7, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Funky Kong.
He's Shy Guy has always been my main
Mm-hmm.
in Mario Kart.
Yoshi's my main.
It is Funky Kong time.
Nice.
Funky Kong is about to
Yeah.
be the new guy. But I also think that lobbies are going to be like full of Funky Kong now.
Totally.
All of the Mario Kart Wii like modded players that are playing 8, they're just
Yeah.
going to play Funky Kong because it's what they're used to.
Yeah, totally. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a good lineup of some new characters for sure.
Yeah. Off the top of your head, are there any other courses that you can think of that aren't in Mario Kart 8 now that you're hoping are coming in Wave 6?
Now I gotta think at the back.
That's the
of my
thing.
brain.
I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
I think all of my favorite ones have been added.
Uh-huh.
Like Coconut Mall
Yep.
was one of my favorites. Did they added Maple Treeway?
They had a Maple Treeway.
Also one of my favorites.
Yep.
Yeah, I think all the ones I like are there.
There's another one from Wii. It's in the Mushroom Cup in Wii. It's the 4th race.
Mhm.
It's like Toad's Factory. Do you remember that
Oh,
one?
that one's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see that.
That's one that I'm really hoping for
Yeah.
Wave 6. And
Just ask me to think of like 40 million
yeah,
Mario
sorry.
Kart
I didn't mean to
courses.
put you on the spot like that. But
it's all good. It's all
but
good.
yeah, I mean, whatever they add, I think will be
I think it'll be great.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool to see like the tour ones coming in there too, because I feel like they know it didn't have as large of a player base.
Mhm.
And so people getting to actually play those courses is really nice.
Mhm.
It's actually like getting new courses
Mhm.
instead of just getting old courses that we've played on other systems.
Right.
You know?
In the first couple waves, I found the tour courses to be a little bit boring. But
Yeah.
in recent waves, like Vancouver Velocity,
Mhm.
for instance, I thought was really good. Los Angeles Lapse, I think, was another one that I thought was pretty good. So as I don't know, maybe the more like difficult tour courses I found more interesting.
Yeah.
But some like there's the one for Paris.
That one's pretty easy.
It's quite basic.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. But yeah, excited to see what other courses
Yeah, I'm excited for that too. It'll be nice to
and Funky Kong's back.
Funky Kong. Oh man.
So
I love Mario Kart. So fun.
Then so the Teal Mask for Scarlet Violet.
Yeah.
Should I do the rest of the list and then we can
Sure. Yeah.
that?
Let's leave that for the end.
Okay, we'll do. Well, the Indigo Disc Part 2 of the Scarlet Violet DLC comes out this holiday.
Yes.
So that's.
And is there a date for that year, or is it still just
It still just said it said winter 2023, but it still said 2023, so it should still be this year.
Interesting.
But I don't know. I have
It'll probably be like
hunch.
December.
I have a hunch they'll maybe delay it to January.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling.
I feel like it seems more like a January
maybe.
type thing.
But I don't know. They might. I mean, Pokemon doesn't delay things actually.
Oh yeah, because they have so many
they're on
different.
such a strict schedule.
That's why the games suck now.
So yeah, maybe I'm probably. I don't know why I think they'll delay it. They probably won't. So yeah, that's this holiday. Then there was this game that I've never heard of before. Another Code Recollection.
Yeah, that's the one where there's like 2 games and one of them wasn't released in North America, right?
Yeah, and the first one was on DS. First one had something Memories. I don't remember. I don't know anything about this game.
Are both of them coming to the Switch now?
But 2 games in one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. That one's out January 19th.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mario and Donkey Kong are out February 16th.
Okay.
Princess Peach Showtime, March 22nd. And then they opened the Direct today with the Splatoon 3 DLC.
Yeah. So when I saw that, I thought it was going to be a new Splatoon game.
Like Splatoon 4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it looked so different from the other Splatoon games.
Right.
Or like from the rest of Splatoon 3, I guess. Which I mean, I haven't really played, but just the way that the trailer looked was, I was just like, this is Splatoon, but it doesn't look like the same.
Right. Well, they announced
cool.
They announced this deal. Well, I guess they didn't. Yeah, sorry. They announced the DLC and they kind of teased it a little bit a couple directs ago.
Oh.
So it's been kind of a while since we've seen it.
Right.
But then this one they've kind of fleshed it out, showed some new characters, some new systems and ideas, and ways to specifically upgrade your character with some color palettes, it looks like. So most of the world is very like white or like gray, like very monotone. And then I guess you can add some things to your character to add some color or something is how I read it. But yeah, so the Splatoon 3 DLC is coming spring next year. And then Luigi Mansion 2, HD, summer next year, and then Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door some point next year.
And, I have a feeling that Paper Mario is going to be... I feel like it's going to be relatively close to when Luigi's Mansion 2 comes out. Mm-hmm. Because then I feel like... I mean, I don't know. How soon before a new console comes out will they continue to release games for the latest console?
It depends, I think, on if the next system is like backwards compatible.
Right. Which I'm hoping it is.
Me too. Yeah. I mean, the Switch wasn't for 3DS.
No, but the 3DS was for DS.
Yes, but the Switch wasn't for Wii U either.
No.
So it's not
Wii U was
like
for GameCube.
it would be really nice, but it's not a guarantee that it will be. But they have such a ginormous install base for Switch.
Yeah.
I feel like it would alienate a lot of people to have the next system.
It would
not.
To me, it does not make sense to make it not backwards compatible, even if it's similar to the way the 3DS cartridges were a little bit bigger, but you could still fit the regular DS in it.
Yep.
Even though I think the cartridge size is fine. Like,
right. I
just want to see a more powerful Switch. That's all.
I have a hunch, whatever the next system is, will have a cartridge slot for Switch games.
Yeah.
Not a cartridge slot for whatever the games are for that system.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling Nintendo is going to go completely digital only.
Hope not.
I hope not as well. But it's it's just cheaper for them. It's just
That's
cheaper
what
for the
everyone is
manufacturer.
trying to do. I know, but like
It's where like
the collectors.
I know,
man.
but and like maybe like, you know, even with digital only releases, there have still been collector's editions that have been in stores. And
They
like,
don't have physical though.
well, what they do this weird thing where like they include a case but no disc.
That's what they did with the Spider-Man Collector's
Right.
Edition.
And there's like a code for the
Steelbook
game.
case, and there's a code for the game,
Right.
and no physical disc. So I bought the physical version too.
Right. To have the disc. Right. So they probably think the collectors just want to have something on the shelf. But no, we want to
the
have
physical
the disc
yeah.
or the cartridge.
Yeah.
Because that's like it isn't more reliable than digital because it could
half
get
the time,
scratched.
and also half the time you have to download most of the game off the internet anyway.
Yep. But it is like future proof, right?
Well, that's the thing, is having digital only doesn't like archive anything really. Like, I mean, if you think about with the DS and Wii U or like the Wii eShop shutting down, you know, the only way that those games were archived was if someone bought them all.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And there's people that did that.
Yeah, Dread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it makes no sense to, I mean, like, for sure, some games are digital only, but like for someone who collects or archiving of games, I'm sure Nintendo has archives of all their games, but like,
but they're saving those to re-release them for people to pay for them again.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, just let people in, like, you know, like the way that you can just pop in Pokemon Emerald and play it again is great. You know?
I know. It's so nice with older systems to not have to worry about updates or signing in or any of that shit. It's just like, and so even with newer games, like, so there's so many and not even like games specifically, but like applications where they just sometimes won't be available to you for whatever reason. So my example for this is I booted up the Scarlet Violet DLC Teal Mask the other day for the first time and realized, oh, my boxes are like pretty full in my copy of Scarlet. I would like to put a whole bunch of guys into Pokemon Home. Guess what? Pokemon Home was under maintenance at the time of the Teal Mask release, so I couldn't. And, you know, I could painstakingly trade one by one a whole bunch of Pokemon to a different game. I'm not going to do that.
No.
But like, just sometimes with games like that, where they can be under maintenance or whatever, they just like won't always be available to you when you need them. Yeah. And I understand that like Home is a service, not a game. But even games like Pokemon Unite or Fortnite, like they can be under service, and I don't know. Maybe that's not a fair comparison because they're not on disc, and I'm probably losing the argument a bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, even Fortnite, like they'll have downtime, and stuff. But usually, it's like they have downtime to make a major update, and then the update is done. Not be having downtime in the middle of a big thing happening.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess with the launch of the Teal Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have been nice for Home to be working at
then.
that point.
Yeah.
Or maybe schedule the maintenance a little before.
Yeah.
Anyways,
well, tell me about the Teal Mask. How is that? Because I haven't played it yet. I haven't played it. What are your thoughts?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It's the same. It's the same. In every regard, it's the same. As far as like they haven't.
Is it just like a story expansion?
It's a story expansion. So the way that they set it up is you are going on a field trip to this new place. It's based on rural Japan, and you and 3 other random students from your academy have been selected to go to this place. So you're not going with the regular characters that you play through the base story of the game.
Right.
They're not there with you.
You're just with random new people.
And then you meet new, like actually interesting people in the new place.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it's more of the same in that exploration in the open world is a lot of fun. The environments that they've created and the set pieces are really good. And yeah, the art design for Scarlet and Violet, honestly pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's more of the same in that if you took issue with the performance of the game and you're hoping that it's
not better.
It's not fixed.
Even though didn't they say they were going to fix it?
Yeah, I mean
they
what's interesting is there was an interview with, I want to say like the CEO or CEO, maybe not CEO because that's Ishihara. One of the higher ups at the Pokemon Company did an interview where he kind of acknowledged the shortcomings of Scarlet and Violet performance wise.
Yeah.
The only thing that's like tangibly that they've fixed with Scarlet and Violet is previously when you were in your PC boxes, it would take a few seconds for all of the Pokemon in a box to load. That is now instantaneous.
Okay.
That's the only thing that's the only optimization that they fixed. And that shouldn't have even been an issue to begin with at launch.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's still frame dips. There's still issues with like traversal where your character or your ride Pokemon, Koraidon or Miraidon, can get stuck on walls or whatever. And there's just kind of some shortcuts. So one example is in the beginning area, the beginning area of the new, the beginning area of the new place. It's called Kitakami, I think is the new place that you get to visit. There's a road, and it looks like you can keep just walking on this road,
right?
And then there's an invisible wall.
Oh.
And in the history of Pokemon, they've never really done an invisible wall before. They've always
it's like a cliff that you can't get off of or something.
Right? Yeah, there's always been contextually
like a body of water,
like a reason that you can't keep going forward. This is the first time that they've ever been like, you just can't. It's very
no like fence or anything.
No, it's very dated game design, but it's also like
lazy.
They just didn't come up with anything. They just didn't come up with a reason why you couldn't go up this road anymore. The reason is that it's because it's actually the end of the map.
Ooh.
And there's a whole ridge of like unclimbable walls that your ride Pokemon cannot climb.
Right.
Including this road that is just a wall.
Interesting.
And so there's, I don't know, I understand that the development team there probably has more important things to focus on than why you can't go up this road, and I'm being nitpicky. But and you've heard this argument a million times. It's Pokemon, they're the highest grossing media franchise of all time, blah, 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 blah. They have run out of excuses.
Yeah.
This is unacceptable.
Game Freak has been doing us dirty for far too many years at this point.
Yeah, the Switch generation has been especially bad.
And, there was definitely some cool things and some great leaps forward with Pokemon, but there's been a lot of downfalls. And I mean, obviously, so much of it has to do with the very strict schedule of being, tied to the game and tied to the TV series and the cards and everything that is alongside Pokemon. But it would be nice if the games weren't sucking so much because they're losing fans from it, I believe. I think so, at least.
If not losing, I don't think, frankly, their sales are not affected.
No, ultimately, especially with Pokemon cards.
But like faith in the brand.
Yeah.
Absolutely is at like maybe an all-time low.
I think so.
But yeah, like my dream, my like pipe dream is that Game Freak just gets to take a few years, right? 5 to 6 years to make like Generation 10.
I would rather wait.
And outsource remakes and spin-offs and whatever to other companies. Like they outsourced Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl to Ilka. Right? That was good. Those games sucked.
Yeah.
But at least they weren't Game Freak's fault.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine if Game Freak...
Yeah, I never finished playing that.
Yeah, and I don't blame you. But imagine if Game Freak, with the help of like Nintendo's support, actually had the time to make a quality, like implement all the ideas that they want to implement, and then also polish the game.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be awesome.
And all they need is time. Yes. They have manpower. Over 1,000 people worked on Scarlet and Violet.
Really?
Manpower isn't the issue.
No,
it's just time.
It's time.
And maybe it's expertise, but I don't want to say that these developers aren't talented.
No, I'm sure that they're very talented, but I think I think time is often a big part of it because it's like you have to focus on the main things. It'd be great to see, the next generation of Pokemon actually, like, there doesn't need to be a wow factor. It just needs to run smoothly.
I disagree. I think.
You think so?
Yeah, I think in order to kind of win people back, they need to.
Okay, fair
They need
enough.
to be kind of batting
That's
1,000.
Yeah.
They need to have the wow factor and the polish.
Yeah.
And it's. I think, I don't know. The 10th generation would be next, right?
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they gave a shit.
Yeah.
Not that they don't. It'd be nice if the people in management and also their shareholders and stockholders who were kind of holding them to the schedule gave a shit.
Yeah.
But
100%.
No,
I agree with that. That's true. But even thinking about like the first Pokemon game that came out on the Switch, Let's Go, that was a good game.
Because they only had a limited cast of Pokemon to like worry about and polish.
Yep.
They had an area that they didn't have to make. They didn't have to make a brand new area.
No, exactly.
They had an existing area that whole game is polished.
Yeah.
That game is actually amazing.
Yeah.
Comparatively.
Exactly.
Gameplay wise, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
But comparatively, presentation and gameplay and polish wise, that game is like, it would be great if newer Pokemon games had that amount of polish.
Exactly.
But
what do you think is going to come, but before Gen 10? Do you think they're going to do more re-releases, kind of like Let's Go Eevee or Brilliant Diamond? Like,
you know what? Detective Pikachu 2 is actually a nice sign.
Yeah.
And the DLC as well is a nice, like, previously they would have had to make a third game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yellow, Crystal, Emerald, Platinum, they're all like a whole entire game. Yes, they have like most of the basis of those games already built. But I think with the DLC, I don't know, I feel like it's just less that they less
well,
that they have to do.
Weren't all those third games basically the DLC versions?
Yeah,
but because there was no like digital on
exactly.
like actual like DLC, you had to buy it.
If they could have put the Battle Frontier in Ruby and Sapphire over the internet, they would have.
Yeah.
But they, that just wasn't what you did in 2005.
Exactly.
I
don't know. I feel like it would be cool to see another like older generation come to the Switch, whether it's a remake or even if they start putting them on Nintendo Switch Online or something.
Yeah.
To fill the gap after this DLC, like this run of DLC comes out.
Yeah.
Or even another game like Arceus or something.
So that's the thing, is I think they have a couple things that they could kind of bide their time with so they don't have to stick to the new generation every 3 years thing. Even though I think they're going, I like Scarlet Violet came out. When did Scarlet Violet come out?
Last year.
Last year. Yes, thank you. Last fall.
Yeah, like last November.
Yeah, thank you.
I think.
So fall 2025 is when Gen 10 would come out. Right? I would love if that would be fall 2030.
Fair enough.
But that's, pipe dream. But yeah, they do have a couple things that they could do before Generation 10, even to just buy an extra year to have Gen 10 come out in like 2026.
Yeah.
I think would be nice, because in the 3 years that they had between Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, they still made Scarlet and Violet. Imagine if they just had an extra year to polish, right? With resources from Nintendo and other companies and whatever, right? That would be amazing. Even just that one extra year would be enough, I think. I think so. To kind of make the game special.
Then you have a finished game. Yep. But then you have a year to polish it.
Yep.
Test any extra bugs.
Yep.
Just make sure that it is.
And until then, so you mentioned the Switch Online games. I think they are waiting for a window where it makes sense to release Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, maybe Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, extra maybe Fire, Red, Leaf, Green.
Right.
On Switch Online, Game Boy, and Game Boy Advance. I think Fire, Red, Leaf, Green is like extreme lycopium. Yeah. But we'll see. But yeah, that's something that could, like, those games alone could fill a year, right?
Totally.
You do Red, Blue, Yellow first, 3 months later, Gold, Silver, Crystal, 3 months later, Ruby, Sapphire, 3 months later, right? That could fill a year.
Absolutely.
It would be unfortunate, but they could stretch it even longer if they needed to.
Yeah. Yeah.
They could do another Pokemon Snap. They have a whole bunch of other Pokemon games that they could remake. Pokemon Conquest. They could do a new Mystery Dungeon. They have options. And Legends, Arceus, sold really well. Pokemon sales numbers are always combined.
Yeah.
So like Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Arceus on its own, like outsold like a Pokemon game, like Arceus on its own would have outsold just Shield. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So for a game on its own, that's really, really good.
Yeah.
And for like gameplay wise, people who aren't necessarily Pokemon fans who like play every single game loved Arceus.
It was super cool.
Yeah, because it was like a regular adventure game.
Yeah.
Right? And not necessarily
A Pokemon.
a menu heavy
battle
yes
Pokemon thing.
Yeah. So I think another Legends game is not like guaranteed, but
It'd be cool.
quite likely. Maybe even next year.
Sweet.
The issue with the Legends games is it is Game Freak making them, and that's more manpower taken away from
the main games.
Right. So that's my spiel. I realized actually that I didn't talk much about the DLC itself. What I'll say is, if you liked playing through the story of Scarlet and Violet and you want more, it's a no-brainer. I would say if you haven't really touched Scarlet, like maybe if you played a little bit of Scarlet and Violet and you haven't touched it in a while, don't bother. Anyone that like plays competitive or shiny hunts or whatever is gonna get the DLC regardless.
Yeah, because you want to get all those new Pokemon.
All the new guys. But yeah, I frankly haven't gotten very far into it because I take my time when I play these things, and I check like every nook and cranny to my own detriment time-wise. But yeah, so far so good. The new designs of the new guys are cool. Like Diplin, the candy apple.
Yep.
He's pretty fun.
And Poltergeist,
yeah.
The green tea. The
matcha tea guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a handful of other new guys that are interesting. So
Sweet.
I am looking forward to playing more of it. It's just hard not to just wish for what you like. You kind of know, you can kind of like envision what the potential is there, and then it doesn't meet it. And so I don't know, I can't help but feel just a little disappointed.
That's fair. Well, I'm excited to play it nonetheless. I think it's going to be nice to just have some more, content in that world, because I did enjoy the story. I know a lot of people were kind of mad about the story, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool,
yeah.
And I'm excited to do some more in that world.
Yeah, the characters in the story of Scarlet Violet are like pretty well realized for a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was nice. That's the thing. They have a lot of good ideas.
Yeah.
They just need more. Just a little bit more
time. Well, speaking of time, I don't think we have any more time. So I think that was the podcast.
Yeah. Is there anything happening in Fortnite any Fortnite news?
I haven't played in a while.
Okay.
I've been busy, but there was a new update this past week. And there's some new My Hero Academia skins back. Yeah. Cool. So they did around a little while ago, and now it's back, and they have some new items. There's a new mythic item called I think it's like just like an ice wall or something, but it helps protect you, kind of gives you some shielding from other people, which is really cool.
Is that from like Todoroki?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then they brought back the Deku Smash as well.
Nice.
So that's all I know. I haven't had a lot of time to play it, but it seems like it's a good update.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
This season has been pretty nice, because the last season kind of sucked. So that's pretty much it. But yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
Did we do it?
I think we did it.
Okay.
How do we end this thing?
I don't know.
Listen to the podcast, give us a rating, and I don't know.
yeah. I guess if you're on, give us a review on Apple Podcasts if you want to. That would be much appreciated.
Yeah.
If that's where you're listening to podcasts. This will be up on YouTube as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Also, hi, Twitch. We're live on Twitch still.
Hi, Twitch. And that's the other thing is follow at just at just underscore kyashi
Yeah.
on Twitch, because that's where you can find the podcast
That's
live.
where we're streaming it right now. We'll keep y'all updated if there's any changes. We also have an Instagram, which is just at Frostbite Podcast. Frostbite Podcast. What?
With an S?
With an S.
With an S.
Frostbites Podcast.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And yeah, follow us on Instagram.
There's nothing on there yet. We'll make it look pretty though.
Oh yeah, no, we'll add clips and
Yeah.
stuff. It'll be fun.
It'll be great.
But yeah, to see the podcast happen live right in front of your eyes, unedited, unfiltered. Make sure you follow Cass on Twitch.
Yeah, there we go. That's it. All right. Well, cue the music.